Hey everybody, it's Holly
and Heather.
and welcome to the very first June.
Oh my gosh, it's June 1st.
June 1st edition of Everything
Holy
Elvis. Can you
cow.
believe it?
Wow.
I'm telling you what. So the year's flying by. We're officially, what is this, the 5th month? June.
No, January, February, March, April, May to 6 months.
Halfway there.
Yeah.
Halfway through the year, y'all. Anyway,
Jeez.
happy Sunday. Y'all go ahead and grab your coffee. Heather and I have ours. I'm actually trying out a new creamer today, and I actually love it, and I didn't think I would. A friend of mine turned me on to this new lavender creamer, and it's actually excellent. But I know it's really good. Did you try it yet?
I just now did. It's interesting.
It's interesting, but it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Sunday. I know you have tons of other places you could be. So thank you for tuning in. Today it's really casual, you guys. We're just going to chit chat. Not too much going on in the world of Elvis. There's always a little something.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been a couple of big things. You know, they're just secretive. We just don't know anything about them yet. But you all just let us know it. Have you heard anything good? Any good Elvis gossip, news, stories, fun facts? Just let us know.
Yeah. And I hope Tisa's on here because I want to know our exact countdown.
So true.
To Elvis week.
Now
Because
that
y'all,
it's
it's
June
closing
1st.
in.
Mm-hmm.
June 1st. Because basically right now, we're definitely on the 2-month countdown.
Yeah.
2-month countdown. Because I think we'll be leaving on August the 7th.
Wow. So
I think.
So what,
it's like
2 months in a
basically
week?
like, it's what, like, yeah. So it's basically, I mean, that's what, less than 70 days.
I can't believe that. I cannot
know.
believe it's going to be that close.
I know.
Y'all.
I know. I'm super excited about it.
too.
And I tell you what, we still continue to have tons and tons of rain this week. We finally got a break yesterday and today, but I'm like, get it all out.
Yes.
If it rains like during Elvis week, I'm going to be ticked.
Well, I'm just going to have to get a poncho for every day.
I know. If it does rain, I hope it at least does not rain on the night of the candlelight vigil.
Yeah.
Because you have no other choice but to just stand out in it.
Yeah.
You know,
for
at least if it's like raining during like the other days, you can you know, run to your events, run to the guest house, run to the sound stage. But the candlelight vigil, you just got to stand out there.
I'm telling you.
Hopefully it will go away.
Yeah. And a little side note, last week we had some technical difficulties. We don't know why. But anyway, we're not only broadcasting on Facebook, but we're also on our YouTube channel. And we found out last week, I don't think it was an internet connection. I think it was a Facebook connection because we went off of Facebook, but we were still going strong on YouTube. So we may try today. If something like that happens, go to YouTube. If this cuts off and you're watching on Facebook, go to our YouTube and see if you can still see us there.
Yes.
Because evidently Facebook is testy these days. As you well know.
It is. It's so annoying. I know a lot of the Elvis tribute artists over the last, especially year or so, have had such trouble with Facebook pulling their pages down, and then having to do them or restart them, or go through the hassle of contacting Facebook and getting them to put it back up.
Yeah.
Leave us alone, Facebook.
Yeah.
We're just trying to spread some Elvis love.
I know. What do you got against Elvis, Facebook?
Leave us alone.
So
I know. Happy June, everybody. Everybody's saying Happy June. I cannot believe it.
I can't either. I know when I saw it today, I put it on the thing. I was like, June 1st.
I know. But a lot of cool things in June. Also, June signifies a lot of cool things. One thing we're going to talk about next Sunday, because let's see, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Wait, today's the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. So next Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll talk about it a little bit more next Sunday. But June 7th is the anniversary of the opening of Graceland to the public.
Yes.
1982. 43 years, y'all.
Yeah, so next week it's going to be a celebrating Graceland opening palooza. So y'all will have to tune in for that. That's going to be a good one. We'll do a little research and maybe have some fun facts about the opening of Graceland for you guys. That'll be cool.
And then, are any of you going? Because this week also kicks off one of the most iconic best festivals, the Tupelo Elvis Festival.
Yes.
It's coming up this weekend. Holly and I are super sad that we couldn't make it work. but it looks like so much fun. And I actually, which I was like, what a great idea. Because I don't know if any of y'all have, ever been to a festival. Holly and I hadn't until this year. We went to the Nashville Elvis Festival and we did the entire thing. So we were super excited about that. But I know a lot of you have been to festivals and you've attended the whole thing. We're going to try to do more of those next year.
I feel like some of you guys are professional festival goers because I'll check your Facebooks or your pictures will pop up on my feed. And I mean, there's a tight bunch that I swear, I think they pretty much go to every single festival, or at least the majority of festivals. Yeah. That's our dream.
Yeah, definitely. But the Tupelo Elvis Festival, of course, I think is a great one to go to because there's so much to do and see because it's the birthplace. And so while you're already there, you can literally, see like the museum and the statues and the hardware store and all the iconic places of where it all began.
Yeah.
So, that's definitely a great one to go to. And then you're so close to Memphis, either before or after the festival, you can just trek on down to Graceland and take a tour of the mansion.
Well, and even non-related, Tupelo is just such a quaint little city. Like even if you were just there for a non-related Elvis thing, I mean, they've got such cute little boutique shops, restaurants, bars. I mean, so quaint. So we love it. We've only been once, very briefly, but we are definitely headed back. We love that city.
Yeah. And one thing that I love about the festivals is I feel like they're all the same but all unique.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them have the contests and stuff, the qualifying contest for the Elvis tribute artists to go on to Memphis and Elvis Week and try to become the ultimate ETA. And then some of the festivals don't have contests. They just do shows and things, but they always feature great lineups. I feel like the Tupelo always has a great lineup and everything. But one thing I saw them post, I think this morning that I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute and cool is so like a lot of the people they're having, like they've got Dean Z is going to be there for a little bit. Victor Trevino Jr., David Lee. I think I saw Taylor Rodriguez was going to be there. Taylor. But anyway, there's a lot of great people going to be there. But one of the things that they're doing is they posted this little thing and they were like, check out where you can meet and see your favorite ET up close and personal. So they're literally having the ETAs go to different places there. Like it said, David Lee was going to be at the birthplace.
Oh, wow.
It was like somebody else was going to be at I think a food place. Some people were going to be at clothing shops. Like I loved Dean Z's because it said Dean was going to be at I think Reed's Women's Wear, which I was like, but then on down below it said something about Reed's Men's Wear. So there must be like a Reed's Men's and Women's Wear, but I was like, perfect. That's where you want to put Dean Z.
Yeah, because the women will not only buy something and then they'll probably have him sign it.
Yeah. But I was like, what a cool idea.
How cute is that? But I was like, you can travel. You can like hit one and
well, that's what I'm saying. What a cool idea for the festival and just for Tupelo in general, because for all the like little small businesses and the interesting shops and food places there, that gives them the opportunity to get their name and their product out there and to, get some good business during that weekend and stuff. Yeah. So I was like, what a cool idea.
Well, now I'll tell you this, down in Knoxville, I don't know if you know about this, they have they don't do festivals for her like they do Elvis, but they have a Dolly, I guess it's a weekend or maybe a week, and our Market Square. So like in downtown Knoxville, which is the big city where we're from. We're not from there. I mean, we're from a little town, but like Knoxville's the major city in East Tennessee there. They have a place called Market Square, and it's just this big square of just like super fun, small business, like nothing's a chain. Like it's all small business, boutiques, just interesting shops that sell like really interesting either clothing or Tennessee items. The food, they have such great bars and restaurants. But anyway, in June, I think it's actually going on right now. They have Dolly Parton Week. And when you go, you're supposed to dress up in your favorite Dolly attire. And when I say these people go all out, y'all, I just saw some pictures. I mean, we're talking head to toe. They've got their wig on. They've got the high heels. They've got either a Dolly inspired outfit or their Dolly tees on. And then all of the restaurants and boutiques, like all the boutiques will get like tons and tons of Dolly inspired or Dolly merchandise. So there's like t-shirts and candles and fans and pictures and you name it. And then all the restaurants do Dolly themed cocktails, Dolly themed food dishes. So it's just such a cute idea. And I told Heather I want to go because y'all know I love Dolly. And I think it would be so much fun for Heather and I to go down there. And don't worry, we'd take you guys with us because I'm sure they'd let us video and live stream. Yeah. But maybe next year. I need to put it on my calendar because it always sneaks up on me. I never know what it is, and then I just start seeing people dressed as Dollywood in Knoxville, and I'm like, oh, the Dolly Fest. But that'd be a cute idea. I don't know if Tupelo has well, it does. It has that cute little downtown. They should do a little Elvis theme downtown. That'd be super cute. Which they probably have that year round because I would think in Tupelo, if you're a little boutique shop, you gotta have something Elvis. You gotta have some Elvis merchandise. Yeah. If you didn't, you're missing out. Yeah. So a lot of different fun things like that. You know, I'm waiting. Speaking of Dolly, I'm waiting on there to be a surge of maybe like Dolly festivals, like to go around the country. I think they could do it. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, she's into everything else. I mean, so yeah. Holy cow, is she ever? I know. Holy cow, is she ever? You know, another really cool thing that I was thinking about, because you know, we talked the other week about the the ACM Awards, and I was talking about how like I had just discovered that Elvis had actually been nominated. Yeah. Well, this week is a big week here in Nashville, y'all. It's the CMA Fest. The Country Music Association Fest that they have every year, and talk about something that has grown and changed because this festival actually began in 1972. But it used to just be at what they called like the old fairgrounds here in Nashville. And I feel like it was like everything else. It started out so much like smaller and more intimate and stuff because, you know, I always like hear people talk about, and like even when CMA Fest comes around every year, people will start posting like, you know, pictures and things, and they're talking about like the old days, and like literally it would just be like, you know, the stars. I'm talking about like the stars, like George Jones, Tammy Wynette, like Donnie West, Dolly, yes. They would all just be, you know, down there at the fairgrounds during this, like, they called it fanfare back then. Yeah. Fanfare back then. And they would all just be out there, like, you know, meeting and greeting and signing autographs and stuff. It was very low key and it was very casual. Like, they literally would just set up a bunch of folding tables and have, like, their pictures or merch or whatever. And, like, you literally could just, you'd have to stand in line, but you would literally just wait to see Tammy Wynette or Johnny Cash or George Jones. Like, we're talking the A-listers back in the day. Yeah. And then they would do like nightly concerts there on the fairground stuff. Well, it outgrew that, which I get. Yeah. It outgrew. But now, oh my gosh, y'all, it's so crazy. Like, the sad thing about it is they don't even really do those autograph booths anymore. Like, there's a few of the older country stars that I think grew up on that and realized how important it is for the fans. There's a very, very few that'll set up a booth and they'll come in and sign. Like, from what I hear, back in the day at Fanfare, it was all day, every day. Like, whoever, like Garth Brooks was famous for this. Garth Brooks would get to his little booth, his little folding tables. He would literally not even take a bathroom break. He would just, for like 8 or 10 hours, sign autographs, then go play a show. Next day, up again, 8 hours of signing autographs. They don't do that anymore, which I guess I kind of see, but I kind of don't. Because, I mean, your fans are your lifeblood. So it's just sad. Now when you go, they have it at the big Bridgestone Arena and the convention center. So it's all over downtown. But it's a little less personal, I feel like. Like, they'll set up a booth, but it's just like, oh, here's, you know, so-and-so's booth. Here's some merch you can buy. Like, they never show up to it. Like, on occasion, they'll have a star come for, like, they'll be here for an hour. Yeah, like Holly and I were fortunate enough when we first moved up to Nashville and stuff, and Holly was working with and for Dolly. We worked Dolly's booth. Yeah. They set up a booth for her at CMA Fest and had all of her like t-shirts and merchandise and everything. And so for that whole weekend, Holly and I like sold the merchandise and worked, and Dolly came to that. Yeah, she would come at least one day. Yeah, she came one day, and I know she did like photos and stuff because we got our picture made with her. And that was super fun. That was like a really good memory. Well, and it was fun. We had great merchandise, number one. Yeah. We had games for people to do. There was like trivia. Like, it was super cute. I don't know if they still do that. I don't think they do. They still set up that whole convention hall there and like those like things. But Holly and I haven't been in years. We used to try to go every year at least one day.
And then just, the past several years with mom and dad and everything going on, we just hadn't been able to make it work.
Yeah.
I was hoping we could maybe do one day this year, but that's not going to work out. But yeah, it's really different. If you've never been and you love country music, it's definitely worth going because, the concerts are cool and stuff. And, just the
concerts themselves,
and fanfare. But I was thinking about it. And I mean, as far as I know, and somebody out there, because this is way before my time, somebody out there correct me if I'm wrong. But since it started in 1972, I don't think Elvis was ever a part of fanfare.
I doubt it.
I can't imagine it. But how cool would it have been?
No, we should research. I'll bet you anything, Colonel Tom, because he's savvy and he lived in Nashville. I bet you anything there was an Elvis merch booth.
Yeah, I don't know. But how cool would it have been if Elvis had been a part of like those early years of CMA Fest and stuff? I mean, I don't know how on earth they would have like made it work because I can't even imagine the line and just the chaos at a booth for Elvis. Like if they had been like Elvis Presley appearing today from 2 to 4. Oh my gosh. It would have been like like stampede. Like people would have been like knocking people over. It would have been crazy.
Back in the day, I think they had maybe a little bit of security, but it wasn't like they were behind a wall or a big like it literally was like, I'm gonna throw out some folding. It's like you were in a garage sale. Yeah. It's like I'm gonna throw out my folding table, stick some merch on here, and greet everybody.
Yeah.
So Elvis would have been, that folding table wouldn't have lasted 2 seconds.
But it would have been so cool to have him there and like for him to have done a concert and stuff, to have been a part of the like lineup. Of course, he'd have been the closing show. Of course. Of course. But yeah, I was thinking about that and I was like, to have had Elvis as a part of CMA Fest would have been so cool. So cool.
They should really have an Elvis booth.
Yeah.
They really, really should. We should, Heather, we should contact the people who better. We've got experience. We know how to set up a booth at CMA Fest. So
yeah, and I know how to hawk some merchandise.
We should totally, Heather, write it down. I'm gonna write that down in my entrepreneurial book.
Thank you.
Holly and Heather CMA Fest 2026.
I know, for real.
Wouldn't that be fun? And we could we could do trivia and games. That would be so much fun.
That would be super cool.
Yeah.
Perhaps we could get a different ETA to come each day and take pictures and stuff.
Listen, these CMA people would die because if any of those guys just started walking around, it's like top notch as they look. Because now let me tell you, you'll see some impersonators at CMA Fest. It's not good. It's not good. But if you had like one of them decked out, oh, listen, people would be lining up to get their picture.
Holy cow! Yeah, Dean Z was there in his jumpsuit. Wow. Wowzers.
You'd be his personal bodyguard every day.
I would. I would.
Oh, that would be so much fun. We should think about that.
Yeah.
We should think about that.
But yeah, I was thinking about that this week because I was like, this week kicks off CMA Fest.
And I can't believe it's CMA Fest already.
I'm telling y'all what.
It's a madhouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a madhouse. Like I say, CMA Fest is turned kind of into its own monster. And like for all the older people that used to go to like fanfare or like even totally 10 or 15 years ago, now it's just the only cool thing I'll say about it is if you enjoy free stuff, like they close off downtown Broadway and there's tons of booths and they're just throwing free stuff at you. Like it's fun. Like, oh, you can get an energy drink, or oh, you can get a backpack, you can get this. And then they do have outdoor concerts that like some of the up and comers or maybe like the stars that aren't quite on the A-list are out there, but they're still great. I mean, they're still amazing artists and they do amazing shows.
Because not only do they have like the big shows nightly at the Nissan Stadium now, but yeah, they'll have like other stages like the Ascend Amphitheater and stuff. They have other like venues and stages throughout like downtown and like Broadway and stuff where they'll have, like Holly said, maybe not like your people that are still like mainstream on the radio all the time, like right now, like your Lainey Wilsons and stuff, they're all going to be over at the Nissan Stadium. But like Sarah Evans or
Ty Herndon's always there.
I'm trying to think like Diamond Rio or
well, and I'll tell you can see some up and comers.
Holly Ray, like a lot of those people will be, like at some of these other little like theaters and like stages and stuff performing during the week. Because I mean, we like a homecoming for a lot of the.
Oh yeah, because they all live here. But we saw Lady Antebellum when they were nobodies. Like they came on stage and we were like, who are these people? But we're like, wow, they're pretty good. And then soon enough, probably 6 months later, they were the hottest thing going. So it's like you never know who you might see. It's just I will say you have to really enjoy crowds, getting hot, and people that drink. Because when I say they start at 8 a.m. with their Coors Light. on the rest of the day. I mean, whew, there's been a couple of years
it is crowded and hot.
Oh my gosh, it was so hot.
And you walk a lot.
Yes. Yeah. If y'all think Elvis Week is walking and hot, you better watch out for CMA Fest.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's, it's fun to do.
Everybody should do it once.
Yeah, if you're looking for something, and even like we said, even if you just go one day. And that's usually what Holly and I did, because we were like, we can't do all 4 days.
We did that a couple of times when we were like, this is not
so yeah, just do like one day. But it's a great thing and a great trip and stuff. And then, again, Nashville's so close to like Memphis and stuff. You could, come here and do CMA Fest for a day and then go on to Memphis and Tupelo.
True. But, make a whole
so that's coming up. I wonder, is Dolly doing a booth or anything this year? Because she's got like the new exhibit at the Country Music Hall of Fame.
I mean, they'd be crazy not to do a booth with so much stuff that she's hawking right now. I mean,
I wonder if they are. I'll have to look at. They call it like Fanfare X. Is in the convention center where they set up all the like booths and things now, and I think they put out like a map of it or something on like line. I'll have to go on there and see if she maybe has something.
I wonder if Alan Jackson's still doing his booth. He used to always have one of, like, they all have themed booths, and I always say they should have done a contest because Alan Jackson would have won. Every year he had the cutest, like, they put a lot of time and money and effort into his booth. Like he wasn't there, but like the booth itself was so awesome. Like one time he did like a bar theme, and it literally looked like a little bar. And one time it was like a barn theme, and he had like little door. Like it was so cute. But I wonder if he still does it. I know. Y'all say some prayers for poor Alan Jackson. He's got some health problems now, and we just love that man. He's a legend. So
he sure is.
He is. So I hope he's still having a booth there.
Well, let's say hello to some people and see what y'all are up to.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
Let me refresh my phone here.
Yeah, I'll let Heather do. She likes to do the comments. I'll just sit here and say hey.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'll help you. I can see some comments. Angelique, hello. How are you doing? Ellie says, happy Sunday from Phoenix. Ooh, I bet it's hot and dry there in Phoenix. Yvonne, hello. It's good to see you on here too.
Yeah. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Erica. Oh, wow. She says she went to, Erica says she went to Graceland for the first time last week, and it was an amazing experience. What tour did you do? Did you do like the Inside the Archives tour? Did you do like an ultimate VIP tour? What did you do? What was your favorite part? That's amazing. Good morning, Deborah from the Lone Star State. Oh my gosh, did you see, speaking of Texas and stuff, because we talk about this a lot on here, because we're everything Elvis and entertainment, because we love a lot of things, but they're doing a reboot of Dallas.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about this.
Well, I just saw it yesterday. I screenshotted it for you, because somebody posted looking forward to this, and it was like, I love their thing. It's like, you can't strike oil without getting dirty. But it's Dallas. It premieres, this is February 24th.
Heather, I think that's the old reboot.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Heather, no, you have done got my hopes
up. Well, look,
it
has, and that looks like him now. It has Patrick Duffy and Linda Gray, but that looks like him now. Oh, so that was the old reboot. Well, did you watch it?
Yes, I did.
Oh, was it good?
It was great up until Larry Hagman died. So that's what he died.
See, because he's not in this, so that's why I thought this might be.
Well, when is the thing? It says the original Dallas. I don't
know. This person was posting it, and they said, I'm looking forward to this, but not until I finish watching the original Dallas. But now that I just zoomed that in, it says February 24th, so maybe not. Anyway.
It only lasted, y'all, I think about 3 seasons, and it started off great, but once again, you had Sue Ellen, you had Bobby, you had JR. Well, I don't know. I think he had died by then. Oh. He wasn't in it. But, mid through, like, I think the first season, Larry Hagman died. And so they had to kill off his character. They killed him off. Remember how Jock died? Remember how Jock went in that? Like, remember when the man that played Jock Ewing, their dad, the old guy, he died during one of the filmings.
Like in real life.
In real life, he died, and they weren't expecting it. So, they did this whole thing where, like, they were like, Jock went down to, like, Mexico or some, like, foreign city, and was, like, his helicopter crashed. And then they'd have all that, like, is he alive? Is he dead? Whatever. And so they did the same thing with JR, kind of in that fashion. Like, he took a helicopter ride somewhere, and the helicopter crashed. And it was really touching because, like, Sue Ellen did a whole bit about it. And, it was like it and all that. But it just it was never the same after JR died. I mean, he was that show.
Yeah. But Dallas was always such a great show and such a great concept. And it always had such a great potential for a
Spin-off
revival or spin-off
yeah.
or reboot because, you know, Bobby and JR were kind of always the main characters and siblings, you know, but they both had sons in the show.
Yeah.
So there's always that like thing to carry on that whole like oil business and family dynamic.
When they did that reboot, we were at CMA Fest that year and we went to a panel and it was Linda Gray, who was Sue Ellen.
Love
it
her.
was the guy that played JR, that real cute guy that you loved from
from
Desperate
Passions.
Housewives.
Yeah, he was on Desperate Housewives too.
Okay.
Yeah, and
he plays
Jesse Metcalf.
He plays
I think it's Jesse
John
Metcalf
Ross.
is his name. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the villain.
Yeah.
And then like the other guy, Christopher something, he played Christopher in it. Or maybe his name went through. But anyway, it was a great panel. I wish they'd bring it back. I mean, if they would do a reboot, right now I would watch it.
Well, you know, I always think about it too, if they would, so maybe this was like the old reboot. Yeah. But they could do another reboot because absolutely. That is like hot right now, you know, like they're rebooting shows right and left. And bringing shows back and redoing them or whatever. But I was thinking about it too when I saw that yesterday because I was like, how interesting if, you know, because Patrick Duffy's still alive. Yeah. And he's still doing good.
Sue Ellen's still doing great.
But I'm like, what if they brought it back? And do you think they would ever ask Priscilla to be back on it? And do you think she'd do it? Do you think that they would have Priscilla back and she'd reprise Jenna Wade?
Number one, yes. Number two, though, what if they did this? Because, you know, Gary Shackelford, Donna Mills, and who played Bella?
Are they doing Knox Landing? I thought I saw those three women.
What if
say
they combine it? Because, you know, Knox Landing was a spin-off of Dallas. Because that, you know, Gary Ewing goes to California with Valene. Joan Van Ark. What if they combined the two and had like Knox Landing and Dallas and had like your Knox Landing cast and your Dallas cast? Like, y'all, someone call CBS. I've struck gold with this. That would be fantastic.
I did see a picture recently of Joan Van Ark and Donna Mills and then
Michelle
Lee. Yeah.
You know, they're all big friends. They're like best friends in real life.
Right. And they're all still alive. And Donna Mills still looks incredible. But I saw a picture of them and I thought it said something about them teaming up again. And I was like, wow, that would be super cool.
Well, you know, I've got to get through my other TV shows. But they've recently, because, you know, for years I looked for Knox Landing. And, you know, you couldn't find it. There's no DVDs of it. You couldn't find it on a stream thing. Well, they just put it on a streaming thing. So Holly Norman is about to go back to season 1. Because I was just way too little and stuff when it premiered. So, like, I'm going to have to go back and watch it. But I just remember loving it. Yeah. I mean, even since I was a little girl, I have loved the drama. So.
Hilarious.
I know. We just got off on a tangent.
I know. Sorry I got off on that. So let me look at some more comments. Because I just saw somebody, like, it made me think of the whole Dallas reboot for some weird reason. I don't know why. Hilarious. Let's see. Yep, see, Margaret says she loved Dallas.
Everybody, I'm telling you. I've been on several Dallas fan pages.
Laura says Knox Landing was awesome. I know, right? Oh, thank you, Laura. She loves my shirt. You know. Well, we might talk about goodie bags a little bit again at the end because so many of you keep messaging. I love it. Like I kept getting private messages this week, which sorry I haven't responded. I got real busy this week. We were trying to have Dad's detached garage constructed and built this week, and it took up all my attention and time. But several of you sent private messages saying, you know, I haven't had a chance to tune in on Sundays regularly. Have I missed the goodie bags? Have you all talked about them? Are you doing them again? So we'll touch on that here in a minute. Yeah. Let's see. I saw another one here. Oh, hello, Tammy. Thank you. She says she enjoys watching us. Hello, Katrina. It's great to see you. She says she's been missing us live. Aww. Well, you're here today. Thank you for that. Amanda says that she went to the Charo set in Arizona, and it is cool. That would be cool to do because I've never been. Well, I've been to Phoenix for a hot minute. I've never been to Arizona because I don't even think when I was in college we had a bowl game there.
I went to Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah, I went to Phoenix for like a hot minute when I worked at a home shopping network. I went to a jewelry trade show there, but I didn't really do anything other than that. But I would love to go see that Charo set because, you know, John Daly. He went there.
He's the jet setter.
Yeah, he went there. I think it's definitely been within the last year. And he did like a whole thing because, you know, he has the Charo hat. And he did like a whole like presentation thing there and everything that looked so cool. Hello, Kim from Australia. Vicky, tell Dean I said I miss him. She's going to see Dean tomorrow in Branson.
Oh, Lord.
Tell Dean I said, hey. Hope he's well. Let's see. Barbara, we're doing great. She says, hey, how are y'all doing? We're doing great. Thank you for asking.
Thanks for asking.
See, another reason to go. Laura says Phoenix has a festival with Dean and the others every year. I bet that's a good one too, isn't it?
I'm telling you,
that would be
Heather
a good
and
one.
I have got to figure out a way to come into some money. And we should buy a giant like Winnebago or RV or an Airstream, and we'll deck it out Elvis themed, and we'll just travel the country. Like every state, we'll go through every. We'll just start traveling and go to every Elvis festival, every set, you name it. We'd go.
Yes,
that'd be fun.
Pamela, I know I'm on pins and needles. She says, "How exciting about Epic?" Which again, please follow Baz Luhrmann on his social media if you don't, because once again, he posted this week and is teasing us with his whole Epic, which is Elvis Presley in concert.
How crazy is that it spells out Epic?
I know.
And
Elvis's name is so cool. Elvis's name is so cool.
It is.
But yes, he's teasing again, about how hard he's working on getting that all together for us to see. And he's so excited about it. And so I cannot wait for this. Like, keep building it up. Keep teasing us, Baz, because I cannot wait.
Yeah.
And I was going to show you guys. Yeah, that was the post. Let's see. He did a post yesterday and he's like, I've teased it just a little and you've definitely seen the hints. Now it's time to say it out loud. Epic. Elvis Presley in concert. See and hear him tell his story like never before.
That's what I'm most interested in.
And then Baz said, but I went back to his thing today and I didn't see anything yet. But this was 2 days ago. And he said, later today, I'll be discussing all things Epic at the Sony Music Vision Content Showcase. And don't worry, I'll be trying to swipe a few frames to share with you all on the feed. They're not there yet. But I would say keep checking for that this week. And then this is the cool picture that he posted. Look at Elvis giving it his all.
Yeah, I'm most excited. Evidently, they have like unheard interview footage from Elvis, like just talking about his life and all that. I'm most excited about that.
So
just to hear Elvis in his own words talking about his life, because that's the one thing I miss. You all know me. I'm back on my book. I'm back on my Audible book with the Last Train to Memphis. It's the Peter Guralnick. Part 1. There's 2 parts. Part 1 of the Elvis, his like biography of him. I am 12 hours in, and I'm only up to when Elvis was touring around, and he was with June Wanico and Barbara Helms or Hearns, I think. Hearns. That was his 2 girlfriends at the time. Which once again, I do love this book for certain facts. Like, I really got to know a lot about him and June's relationship. Their relationship and stuff. But I mean, y'all, it's a lot, but I'm doing great. I'm almost done. I think I only have like 3 or 4 more hours and I'll be done with book 1. But anyway, I say that to say this. How great would it have been for Elvis like to grow old and reflect on his life, and then him do like his own autobiography, like him, and him write his own memoir. I think that'd be so great. That's one thing I wish.
Yeah, because there's always just so much, like he said, she said, and like everybody remembers things differently, and everybody has their own spin on things, and what they want to say about it and everything, and it's just always so hard because we're never hearing from Elvis, like what he really thought or said or whatever. So if Baz also has some of that, not just like concert footage and not just never before seen backstage stuff or him like goofing around with the mafia and the guys, but if he has actual like hidden like interviews that have never been heard or seen or played before, that's going to be really cool.
Well, because I got to thinking about it. Cool. I don't know of any like in-depth interview, and I know they used to do that because I've seen old ones of Dolly in the 70s of like, how like the Barbara Walters special, and it's literally just like a 1-hour interview, or like Dan Rather's interviewing somebody, or like Tom Brokaw or whatever. I don't think Elvis ever did like an in-depth hour-long special just talking to him about like his life.
I feel like most of Elvis's stuff was press conferences. It was always him like talking about, you know, like
what I'm doing.
The international opening or, you know, the Aloha. You know, when he came back from the Army, we had that great interview of him in the office at Graceland, you know, Vernon's office.
But I just can't believe with Colonel Tom as savvy as he is, because he could have extracted a ton of money out of like a news station and been like, I'll give you all the exclusive, you know, for X amount of, I can't believe he didn't do that. Yeah. Maybe Elvis didn't want to.
I was going to say, I kind of feel like that was maybe Elvis being like, you know, because I feel like he was, you know, as much as he could be, still tried to be a very private, you know, very private person. So, but yeah, it would have been really interesting to hear from him and, you know, like, hear him reflect on and have like one of those, like you said, like a really like in-depth Barbara Walters, Dan Rather type questioning of, you know, like, tell us about your upbringing, you know, tell us about your mom, tell us about when you lost your mom and how that affected you, you know, tell us about the early days of your career, you know, tell us where you are now, looking back, like, what are your regrets, what are your hopes, that'd been really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I almost feel like he would have been like, if he had lived as long as she did, like, you know how Loretta Lynn had her Coal Miner's Daughter book that she wrote in her 40s, because Lord knows the woman had lived a lot of life by the time she was in her 40s, but then she did like her own part 2 called Still Woman Enough. That was kind of like the part 2 to that, which they have still not made a movie of that. And I can't believe it. Because talk about an interesting life. Loretta Lynn has had one. And Coal Miner's Daughter, you know, is probably my top, like, #1 favorite movie of all time. And it won every Oscar there, you know. I mean, it like was fantastic. It was nominated for everything. I can't believe they've not done like a part 2. And Sissy Spacek, she's older now. She can do it.
Yeah.
She could reprise her role.
Yeah. Or I tell you what, Loretta Lynn's got a granddaughter named Kayla Lynn, and her and Conway Twitty's son, they do
a tribute to Conway and Loretta.
Yeah. What do they call themselves? Lynn and Twitty?
I think so.
Is that what it is? Anyway, they like, go around and do shows and like do little tributes to them and stuff. She looks a lot like, you know, Loretta. She'd be great. She could probably do it. Hello, Deborah. She says she got her Dolly t-shirt this week at a little boutique.
Cute.
Love it. Yes, Sheena. She's talking about the Baz Luhrmann, asking if we saw the announcement. Hello, David. Hope you're well as well. Thank you for watching. Teresa says she's got 4 days till Cody Danas concert. That's going to be great. I know, I'm so sad. Him and Riley Jenkins, which, congratulations to Riley Jenkins and Elenia, his beautiful wife. They got married on Sunday. We're so happy for them.
Yes.
Such a sweet couple. We just love them.
They're the best.
Congratulations to them. But Cody and Riley were in McMinnville, Tennessee, which is about an hour or so away from Holly and I last night. And again, wanted to go, but couldn't make it happen. But I know that show was fantastic.
Yeah.
Angelique, I know, I just saw that a minute ago. She says Ben Thompson is live on Facebook right now, and Dean Z's watching him and commenting.
Wait, I thought he wasn't coming on till like 5.
Well, I just, when we went on, I was like, oh, what is this of Ben Thompson? And I clicked on it and it was him live. Because I don't know if any of y'all saw, but Ben posted this week. He was like, you know, join me on Sunday. I'm going to be going live.
And I could have sworn it said 5 p.m.
Well, that's probably 5 his time. Because he's in the UK. Because I think it's like 5 or 6 in the UK right now.
I guess
so it would have been super early our time. That makes sense.
I misread.
Yeah, but he said he was going to be live, and I was wondering what he was going to do, but I think he's just on there singing his little heart out.
Oh, that's cute. Well, you know us. We'll go back and watch it later.
Because I love Ben Thompson. He can sing. Laura says Tupelo is adorable. It makes you feel you're still in the 50s and 60s. It's very quaint. Perfect way to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know, that's the thing about going to like Graceland, like when you step into Graceland. And then even when like we went to Tupelo, it's almost like you're in a time capsule. It's almost like you're going back in time, you know? Let's see.
Let me look.
Yes, Jen, we're going to be talking about those goodie bags. Stay tuned here in just a second. Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah, Ellie agreed. She said she would look forward to us visiting Phoenix, but probably shouldn't go in June, July, or August.
I know, because I remember I went on a band trip, and that, you know, it was football season, so it was in the fall. It was still hotter than Blue Blazes. And I want to say this is like October, November.
Yeah, and she said she didn't know there was a Charo set. Yes, There is. Go check out John Daly's Facebook, like I said, because he's a huge Charo fan. That's like his favorite movie. But yeah, he went there and he went to like the different like locations and places and stuff. So check out that. I know it's been within the last year, but it'll be on his Facebook. Let's see. Oh, hello, Peggy. Happy first day of June to you. She says, I can't believe I caught you live. She's hoping to get back to Graceland for the 4th of July weekend. Her and her family had such a great time last year. That it would be a great one. I want to go to that one time because I want to see the whole like fireworks that Argo and them do to Elvis's music. I think that would be so cool. Laura says, Who Shot JR was all over merchandise. It was nuts. What a great iconic time in TV history, though.
That was the golden age.
Like the whole like Who Shot JR. Like everybody like talked about that.
I need to go on eBay and find a vintage like Who Shot JR t-shirt and I'll wear it.
Yeah.
I need a Dallas t-shirt because I don't have one.
Yeah.
I don't have to get one.
Yeah, Carrie, Dallas was a soap opera. It was like a nighttime.
Yeah.
It was a nighttime soap opera. Yeah. They had our mom was a huge like soap opera fan, so this is why I know all this because I remember her talking about it. But yeah, there was like Knox Landing and Dallas and Falcon Crest.
Yes.
They were kind of like the Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, Another World of the nighttime. Yeah. So,
and don't forget Dynasty, although it came on a different night, I think. But
I know, Linda, was that the number? I didn't hear exactly. She says, can you believe 68 boxes of unseen footage?
Wow. Ooh, 68. How weird.
I know.
How weird is that, y'all? I'm telling you the numbers.
But wow, all that unseen footage. Thank goodness it's been discovered in our lifetime.
I know.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. They literally could just transfer all of them from whatever they're on to digital, and they could just hit play, and I would probably just watch them unedited. I wouldn't care. I would just be like, what? Oh, is this Elvis like eating a sandwich? I'm here for it.
Carrie, I know, girl. I checked into it, and then my heart sank.
What?
She's saying that she saw a post on Facebook about the copyrights of a Graceland up for sale outside of Nashville. You know that Graceland that those people built,
like to do like an Airbnb or a visit.
Yeah, that's like outside of Nashville. They got like the plans and everything. What was it they called it? Just Pretend Graceland, or
maybe
it was something like that. Anyway, these people literally built a very close replica of Graceland right outside of Nashville here. Well, it's up for sale now. What? But it's like $3.8 million.
What?
Yeah. But I'm like, how cool. I mean, y'all, if it was not that expensive and there was any way I could get the money, I would buy it. Because you all know I would love to live in
there's gotta be
replica. And I would put all my Elvis stuff. And I would just decorate it wall to wall. I'd probably decorate it just like Graceland. Oh, I know I saw that, and then I saw the price and my heart sank. I mean, I figured it'd be expensive, but I was like, $3.8 million.
I know, but if we found 3.8 million fans and everybody pitched in $1, y'all would all own it.
Yes, Vicky. Unfortunately, she says, "Are you all too young to have ever seen Elvis live in concert?" Yeah, that was way before our time. That was way before our time.
Sad,
but yeah, definite FOMO. Wish that could have happened. I can't even imagine seeing Elvis live in concert. I get so excited when I see him on like the TV, like on the big screen at Elvis Week, like just the like taped stuff. I get so excited. I can't even imagine being there in person and him actually walking out on stage.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Maybe that's what I was saying then. Tammy says she thinks the ladies of Knox Landing are touring like Priscilla's doing. Well, if they come to Nashville, Holly and I will go.
Not kidding.
Shelly says she's not a Priscilla fan, but she thought she was a great Jenna Wade on Dallas. I know. I feel like Priscilla probably surprised a lot of people. And also, I would love for Elvis to have lived and seen her in Airplane and in Dallas to see, what he would have thought about her acting and stuff.
Yeah.
Because, I do think Priscilla actually was a pretty decent little actress. Yeah. And in my mind, I couldn't imagine her doing that until you see her do it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but she actually was pretty good.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is a blast from the past. So y'all know we're getting Daddy's house in order to move in, and that means going through a gazillion things. And we've told you this before, but Daddy had a camcorder, and we had VCRs, and all that. But they would tape everything, and they were not very organized. So I'm having to go back through all of these VHS tapes from a gazillion years ago and like try to make sure there's nothing pertinent on it. Because you'll have a tape that's like, oh, we've taped an episode of Dallas on this one, but oh, this is a family get together or whatever. Anyway, we had taped remember when Bobby dies and it's all a dream? So like, remember when, and
my mom had recorded it?
Yes. And so I got sucked in to watching it. So anyway, it was such a good episode, but it's like, I had forgotten how he died, but it was like, that crazy lady, her name was like Kristen or something.
Oh, she's like Sue Ellen's sister?
No, that's one that shot JR. This is a different one. Anyway, I can't remember her name.
Oh, she's Pam's sister.
Is it Pam's sister?
Yeah, I think she's Pam's
sister. And
like,
Pam and Bobby finally get back together. He's with Jenna at this point, but then he realizes, he and Pam love each other, so he's going to tell Jenna that it's over. And right as he goes out, like the car crashes and like he falls to the ground and Pam's all like upset. And then it flips to this where he's in the hospital because he didn't die automatically. And it is the saddest scene. Even Larry Hagman is bawling because it's like him and he's all like in his hospital bed and he's talking like this and he's telling everybody bye. And it was so odd because like Pam and Jenna are both there, but they're both being civil. Like they both care about him and love him and all that. It was just real weird, but like it was a great scene. Priscilla was great in it. JR was fantastic. Miss Ellie. I mean, it was such a good scene. And then he dies. Oh, I might have to start watching Dallas again, y'all. That was such a good episode. I don't know how I got onto that, but anyway. Yeah. Priscilla. She was in it and she was good.
I know. But I just think like when I saw that yesterday, I was like, ooh, if they did another reprise, how cool would it be to have her on there?
Yeah. She'd be great on it.
And, like apparently like when she was on the show, she had like a daughter named Charlie.
Riley could reprise that role.
Oh, that'd be cool. And they could bring her back and then maybe she could marry one of the Hewing boys.
That'd be cool.
That'd be craziness. Hello, Barbara. She says, I may be old, but I saw Elvis in concert 14 times. Barbara.
Lucky.
That's so amazing.
So lucky.
Bonnie says that she is watching her Dallas DVDs now. She's on season 11. I know. I'm going to have to, get the DVDs and watch it.
I have up to season, I think, 4 or 5, and then I quit collecting, so I'm going to have to go back and start collecting them.
Yeah, Barbara says his concerts were electric. I bet.
You know they were.
Electric. Great word.
You know it.
Let's see. Yeah, everybody's loving Dallas. Bonnie says she swears it's her 7th time watching the series. It's very entertaining.
It is. I mean,
yeah, like our mom used to record a lot of the things and stuff, and so we gone back and watched the things but yeah, we should get all the DVDs and watch it. That'd be amazing. Let me get the. Vicky says she saw Elvis twice.
Oh, wow.
And she will never, ever forget his beautiful face. Absolutely perfect. What year did you see him, Vicky? Oh, that's wonderful. Linda says that they came to Memphis, Dollywood, and Nashville and had a wonderful 12 days. They took selfies. She says, us Americans are so, so lovely. Now she's sadly back in the UK and back to normal. Oh, well, I'm so glad that you enjoyed your time in America and you did some great stuff. Man, you hit all the right places. Memphis, Dollywood, Nashville.
That's it.
Love it.
Wendy says that they used to do that ETA thing at the Collingwood Elvis Festival. She said all the ETAs had itineraries and each one went to different times to different restaurants, stores, and bars. The whole town got involved and decorated their windows. How cute is that? I love it.
Love it.
That's adorable. Katrina, thank you for the stars. We appreciate that. I know. I need to start my Elvis star jar and save up for our RV that we're going to get.
Let's see. Catherine, no one in our family met Elvis, but our grandma, our Granny Norman, and then our mom and her sisters were huge Elvis fans. And our mom did go to one concert. Yeah. To see Elvis right before he died when he came to Knoxville. And I think he was supposed to be coming back to Knoxville in 77. And she was going to go again and take my dad this time because he didn't go the first time. And then sadly, of course, Elvis passed away. But no.
Oh my gosh. Teresa said the first CMA Fest she ever did, she was, because Sis Teresa used to work for Billy Ray Cyrus. How much fun is that? But she said that she went to
my heart, my aching, breaking heart. He'll probably be at CMA Fest this year.
I would go to see Elizabeth Hurley.
How crazy is that relationship?
But anyway, she said that the first one she ever worked for Billy Ray Cyrus was the last year. It was at the fairgrounds, and then it moved it down. How much fun! So you got to go to the actual fairgrounds. Fun. That's amazing.
Fun.
I love that.
Yeah. Ooh, Tammy said she was at Elvis's last concert in Indiana in '77. That's amazing.
It is.
Yep, Shelly says I was right. It's called Just Pretend Mansion. I thought it was. I was like, it's called like something like that.
I can't believe, because I feel like they just did that a few years ago.
Annette, Dynasty. I forgot about Dynasty.
Heather, I just mentioned Dynasty.
Oh, yeah.
She never listens to me.
Sorry. I get into y'all's comments. Joan Collins. Wow.
And still alive.
And still looks good.
Still looks fantastic.
Wow. They should just do like the divas of
of
soap operas and like literally put together a show with all of them.
I would go to a panel and I would listen to every story they said.
But I mean, even do like a show with them. Like, can you imagine having Joan Collins, Donna Mills, Joan Van Ark, what was Linda Evans? Isn't she still alive? Crystal
Clint Blackswife, Lisa Hartman.
Oh, you could have all them. That'd be amazing.
If they rebooted Dallas, Lisa Hartman should just go over to it. And then Clint Black could make appearances, because how great would he be on Dallas?
Yes. Yeah. Hello, Wendy. Hope you are doing great. You and Gordon. She says she got her earrings from Kelsey at the Rising Sun Jewelry, where we got our peacock necklaces that we showed you here a few weeks ago. And she says she'll treasure them. Thanks for the info. Send a picture, Wendy.
Yeah.
I want to see what you got and what they look like. So private message us a picture.
Yes.
Let's see.
So cute.
I love Debbie's watching both. She's watching us and Ben.
I know. Hey, thank you. I can't believe
thank you.
I don't want to compete with Ben Thompson, so I can't believe we even have one viewer.
Yeah.
So y'all are sweet to stay with us.
Yes. Carrie says she's excited to finally see Riley Jenkins live July 19th at the Illinois Elvis Festival. You're going to love him. So I tell you what, little Riley, he is really coming to his own.
He is electric.
Yeah, we've always loved him, and he is always fantastic. But I'm telling you what, here in the last couple of years, especially since he did his whole $1 Million Quartet thing, he has really just amazing. He's killing
better and better.
He's killing it. He's killing it. Twitty and Lynn. Yes, Twitty and Lynn.
Linda, thank you for the stars.
Yeah, it was Conway's grandson. That's it. Not his son, but his grandson, Trey. Yeah.
Well, because Taylor's her granddaughter, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, plus, I guess Conway's sons and daughters would be really old.
Yeah, because
like really
Conway
old.
Would at least be Elvis's age, if not older, if he had lived.
Also a very sad, tragic death.
I know.
Very sad, tragic death. Conway Twitty.
Very young.
Which, if you haven't checked out David Lee's tribute to Conway Twitty, check it out.
It was one of the highlights.
It's incredible.
It's so good.
Yeah, Priscilla says it's 6 p.m. now in the UK.
Oh, okay.
She's in Scotland. So, yeah, that's why Ben is so early here in the States.
Yeah. Oops. Oh my God.
What?
I think Cody Daneth was on here earlier. What?
Oh, I love Cody.
I beat it.
Him.
I love him too. We love him so very much. Aw.
He's the greatest.
He is.
That guy has I'm telling you, I always say he has the biggest heart in the Elvis tribute world. He wears that heart on that sleeve. I love that guy. I'm telling you, I've teared up more at Cody and Cody's shows and things than anybody. Like there's some point in usually his shows and things, because he's so great at speaking, because he just speaks from the heart.
Yeah.
And he'll always, have some great, like, something to say about a song or, like, his family or Elvis or whatever. And I will get all teared up.
I'm telling you, though, his shows are great because they are like a roller coaster. It's like you will have your highs of highs. You'll be laughing, singing along. Have those times you'll cry a little bit. Then you'll come back up. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Gosh, I'm so excited. Thank y'all so much. I mean, the comments are just like,
yeah.
Whiz and da. Aw.
Deborah, thank you for the stars. I don't know if Holly thanked her earlier, but
hey, you can never be thanked
exactly.
Oh, that's so much fun.
I know.
Yes. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit before we end her up here about the goodie bags, y'all. We're getting excited. It's getting close. So all the stuff is coming in. We just got the T-shirts, like the samples. The sample T-shirt in last night. Heather's not even really looked at them. So I think it turned out great. We're looking at that. The bracelets are coming along. They are looking great. Our little surprises with the tote bags and maybe some other things are really, really coming along. Yeah. So as soon as we get everything, at least like a sample, because you know how it is, you gotta like, because we do it all ourselves. We design it. Some of the stuff I make, some of the stuff we send off and have made and all that. So you gotta get it all together. All the pieces have to come together. But we're on the home stretch.
Yes.
And so we're aiming for July 1st, putting it out there. Like right now, we don't have the website. We're revamping the website. We're revamping everything. And y'all pray for me that I can get this website up because you know I'm not tech savvy. I've got a month to get that up. But the T-shirts are looking fantastic. The tote bags and stuff are looking fantastic. The candles are amazing. The bracelet's going to be amazing. There's a few more other things. So it's going to be really, really great this year. And we are so excited that you're excited.
Yeah.
Like I say, hopefully we'll get it up July 1st. You can pre-order because I really feel like this year we're going to try to just do all the pre-ordering because it's just so hard to keep track when we're in Elvis Week. So we're going to really try. That'll give you like 4 or 5 weeks to pre-order if you want. You'll be able to see everything. We'll probably do a little live about it too and just dedicate the live to us showing you everything that's in it. Hopefully by July we will have all the samples in. So hopefully, even if we don't, even if we have the majority of stuff, and then we can show you pictures of the things maybe that haven't come in or whatnot. But we are working diligently. Yesterday, I was making bracelets right and left because I make them, and then Heather looks at them and tells me, like, tweak this, tweak that. I don't like this. I do like this.
We are still trying to decide between 2 versions of one charm.
Yeah.
Which
I think I've made my decision.
Did you make your decision?
I think I have.
Okay.
But
yeah. And if you don't know what we're talking about, because I know a lot of you are new.
Yes, we do.
To Holly and I and to everything Elvis. We've really grown our Elvis Bestie community, especially over the last year or so.
Yeah.
But yes, if you don't know what we're talking about, just in a quick nutshell, Holly and I, mainly Holly, kind of got this great idea here several years ago to start putting together these goodie bags, which have just grown exponentially. So now I think we should call them goodie boxes. But it was kind of our way of, we know so many of you out there, you know, follow along with Holly and I every year at Elvis Week and stuff and watch our videos and our posts and things. And you kind of live and watch vicariously through us because so many of you can't, you know, get to Elvis Week for whatever reason, health, distance, money, time, vacation, whatever, you just can't make it. But you want to be there and you want to feel a part of it. So we kind of do that with our Facebook Lives and our videos and stuff. And then we were kind of like, you know, there's so many cool, like, souvenirs and things that, you know, people miss out on as well, that we started putting together these goodie bags and including, you know, some of those cool things. And then it kind of expanded to Holly and I, like, making items and theming items and stuff that we thought you would love and enjoy. And so we put them together in this whole beautiful collection that we call our goodie bags. And so we'll offer 2 different versions. 2 different options this year. And literally, like Holly said, once we get everything together and finalized, which will probably be at the end of this month, we'll literally come on here on one of our Sunday Facebook Lives and we'll give you a heads up. And we'll say, you know, join us Sunday. We're going to be talking about the goodie bags and revealing everything. And we will literally go through both goodie bags piece by piece. We'll show you everything. We'll talk about everything, what you're going to be getting, how you can order, when you can order, all of that stuff. So stay tuned.
It's always themed. This year's theme, I can tell them that. This year's theme is that's the way it is in peacocks. And like these are shirts from the past. This is what we did for the 45th anniversary. Are you ready to fly?
And then this was
last year's.
This was
the legend began. The legend continues.
Yeah.
So this year that's the way it is.
Yeah, we're theming it around that because we love that documentary, and they're also doing a really cool show at Elvis Week this year with Dean, Z, and Jay Dupuis, and they're going to be doing That's the Way It Is. But yeah, the goodie bags, you guys absolutely love them. We can't thank you enough, and we've gotten so many comments and questions over the last few weeks asking about them. We're still working on our website as well. So if you've, tried to go there and find information, it is down right now because we're doing a whole new website, but it's going to be really easy to navigate.
Yes. We're keeping it simple.
That is how you will order, and like all the pictures, Holly will put pictures and everything and all the information on there so you can easily order. But yeah, goodie bags, they're going to be great again this year. And I know I even saw in the comments, as soon as you said tote bags, so many people were like, tote bags. I love them. Holly loves them. You guys love them. This is our first year doing tote bags. So we're super excited about that. And I hope you love the ideas and designs that we came up with as well.
Yes.
But yes, goodie bag, we're getting close. We're getting close to the reveal. Yeah. So stay tuned for it. But thank you all so much for asking and for your love and your support and your interest. We cannot thank you guys enough. You all are such an amazing community. I always hear people like the social media influencers and people, talk about their communities and all this stuff. And I'm like, there is no better community than the Elvis community. Yeah, literally. No better community than you guys. So
especially ours.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially
so yeah, this whole like little family that we've built, and that's why I saw Cody on here again a second ago. That's why we so love our Elvis Bestie family, all of you guys, and this little community of, the Elvis tribute artists that I feel like we've built. We've really gotten to know Riley and Cody and, Dean and a bunch of those guys better and better each year. And it really is. It's just like a beautiful little family that we all share this commonality of love and passion for Elvis. And then that branches into like the love of each other and, what great human beings and, people they are and stuff. So it's a great community.
It is.
I love it.
Well said.
I love it.
All right, y'all, we've kept you on here long enough, just chit-chatting. So have a wonderful week. We'll try to post some stuff this week, and we will see you next Sunday for a great Everything Elvis. We're going to delve into Graceland, the opening of Graceland. We'll celebrate the anniversary of it. So it's going to be a really fun episode. So tune in next Sunday at 11. We'll see y'all then. Bye.